Hello, welcome back to PvP, back in Born-Base Alpha. We're going to be doing a quick catch-up here, nothing too severe. We're just going to have a quick look at some of the new updates that have been added in. Whilst on various adventure travels, I came across an enchanting table on one like sort of like a floating sky city, so I picked that up, brought that back so we can do a load of stuff with enchanting. Then there's these linking books here. Now these get linked up to make additional biomes and kind of like alternate dimension sort of things, so they're quite cool, so we'll be doing something with those at one point. Here is Cal's power armour that I put together for him. I think there's a power glove in here as well. Yep, that's in there. So he's going to have a ship fit when he sees that, which is going to be quite cool. Now let's have a look at the new test lab. Now I've made a load of new additions and alterations in here. So there's a brewing stand that I found in the same place that I got the enchanting from, so that's there to make some potions and stuff. Over here, some really cool scientific equipment. We've got a microscope here with my keeping with the whole sort of like renaming things. My chemist's journal is called the Chemical Bookers, kind of like the Chemical Brothers. It's a bit of a tricky one. Much better though is David Bowie that I got there, which is quite cool. But the main point of all this sort of stuff is you pop something underneath the microscope, and then if there's any kind of chemical elements to it, they'll pop up on the right hand side here. They'll appear into the chemical bookers, and then you, while having a look at the chemical bookers, you see what substances they'll get broken down into, which means then you put them in whatever the item is. So say if it's a piece of gold, you put the gold inside the chemical decomposer, so vials on the right hand side, and it will break the gold down into the chemical components, but you only get a certain percentage chance of actually getting each individual element. So say for example's sake, if you put soul sand into the decomposer, you get a 20% chance of getting silicon or oxygen. So then you they sort of all get broken down and put into this under here, and then I've got a chemical storage chest here, which means that if you put any kind of like radioactive isotopes, they don't degrade while they're in here. So we've got some beryllium, some oxygen, some silicon, all that sort of stuff. And then you take your elements, your amounts of elements, and then you put them into the chemical synthesis machine. So you put you select your recipe in the chemical bookers. So say for example, if we wanted to make iron, so we need Fe, which is the chemical symbol for iron. So you need 16 vials of iron, sort of molecules, if you want to call it that. You put the chemical bookers on the page, on the recipe that you want, and then you put the amount of that compound into the chemical synthesis machine, and that would create you iron. So it's really cool stuff for literally making things from scratch. So those are quite cool. They don't need a huge amount of power, but as you can see, we've got a whole wiring system. I'm going to try and tidy this all up because it's a bit out there, but it does look quite nice. Over here's the new smelter, much more efficient way of cooking down sort of ingots with using the raw materials. So in here we've got some iron and some copper, and then we pour these out into the casting basins. We can get block from this, or if you can see over here, there's a bit of a lava refuel here. Oh no, where have all my stencils gone? They're through in here. So there's some stencil tables that we've added in as well, so we can make some parts. So you can make axes and swords. As you can see, I've made a broadsword here which has got diamond durability on it, a shovel which is got diamonds and emeralds built into it, and then the new pickaxe that I've got, which has got haste comes from redstone, durability comes from diamonds. The 50% on top of that durability comes from the emerald, so add the diamonds on first. And then the reinforced, can't remember what that one's from, but it basically just means that it's a super cool axe. So in this case, we'll take an ingot cast, and then we can go and slap this into the smelter on the casting table, and then we pour that into there, and we get an iron ingot. There it is. So what the basis for this is basically makes it a lot more efficient to cook down iron and basically any kind of ore. So one block of ore you put into here will give you 2 ingots. So it basically doubles the amount, and then we get these blocks that you can sort of store a lot easier, which is what I've been doing with the ores that we've collected so far. As you can see, we've got blocks upon blocks, and each one of these is obviously 9 of whatever the element. So we've got absolutely fucking loads of resources at the moment. So we need to break all these down and do some cool stuff, build some spaceships and go into space and hopefully colonize some crazy planet. Over here is some chests where the quarry outside is leading to. So let's go outside and have a look at some of the stuff that I've added in outside as well. I haven't really spent a huge... Oh, let's fucking get rid of the Yeah, let's get rid of the nighttime. We'll cheat a little bit there, don't worry about it. So over here, what I've done is I've gotten rid of most of the crops and I've been planting diamond seeds. Now, this gives you diamond essence, which, have I got a hoe on me? Yeah. So, if we mine some of this, you put this diamond essence in a square of 8, and it actually gives you a diamond. So we can actually grow diamonds now. And as you do get more seeds than you do putting them in there, in here we've actually got quite a lot of diamond essence. So we've got a stack and a bit. So we can make quite a lot of diamonds just out of these. So to be honest, we've got like 11 blocks of diamonds as well as 12 here. And I'm pretty sure there's some more in the chests in the quarry as well. So we're not exactly short for them, but it's just a really cool little thing that you can pop in to grow additional diamonds. Now what's that little bastard doing there? Let's nail him. Now this electric bow that I've got here is supposed to set fire to the arrows, so it actually burns them when they hit. But for some reason it's not working. It's usually like shift right click, but it's not working. But at the very, very top of that cool tower there, I've actually put in 4 windmills. So the higher you get them, obviously, the more wind there is. It's about 250 blocks up or something. So they're generating loads of power up there. And we've got a couple of advanced solar panels up there as well. So we're not short for power. Now here, I'm pissing about with the force field, the modular force field mod. All I've managed to do with them at the moment is make some like perfectly cubed force fields. So you can't actually get in there to turn them on, but they use Forcetron, which is this stuff here. So you can use lapis or just general energy. I mean, it's hooked up to the main supply, but you can slap lapis in there as well, and that will help charge it all up. And then it goes into this capacitor, and then the capacitors pass it out to the force field generators. But that, again, is just something I'm pissing about with at the moment, so hopefully something for a bit of additional protection. The aquavator is still there, but it's not going to be in much use as now the Lava Express has been added in. Now, because the smelter uses lava to heat up everything, the hot tub's still there, obviously, and there's the quarry over there. We do need a more renewable source of lava. So I've built the Lava Express, and that's just a mine cart that just rolls all the way down, takes us down to the lava pit. You pick up some buckets worth and bring those back. So we'll have a look at that when Cal's got everything sorted out. Here's the quarry, the second reincarnation of the quarry. Now, it is turned off at the moment, mainly for the fact that we've got so many resources, we literally just don't we don't have much more room to store them all in. But it also makes mining a lot easier externally as well, because obviously you can see there's redstone all over the place, and there's some diamonds and osmium down there and stuff. So you can actually see exactly where you want to go in and start mining. So they're really useful. Now, what I did do is where we had the sort of where the aquavator is here, this entire area was kind of mined out with quarries. So yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of resources that have been taken. But it also helps when you're sort of going in and mining manually as well, which is where these sort of new forge tools do come in handy. But that's pretty much it, I think. I don't think there's a huge amount else that I've had. I've made a few other trips into the Nether, picked up some more stuff, gone in on a few dimensional doors, and pissed about in there as well. The fucking Sakura tree is going a bit crazy, but we'll cut those down at some point. Chickens, still 10,000 of them caged in there. They've sort of managed to teleport themselves through into the cow enclosure, but we'll keep them in there, it's fine. But on the whole, I think that's basically it. So that's all the new additions that have been made to Bombay's Alpha. Hopefully we'll get some more videos up soon when Cal's got his brand supercomputer, and we'll hopefully revisit and start work on the whole NASA project. But everything's going pretty well. It's actually looking quite scientific-y in here now. It's not a word, but who cares? These computers, you can do stuff with these and have messages and stuff put on them, but you have to physically write the code, and it's a pain in the arse. So that's going to be when I've got a bit more time on my hands. But on the whole, that's pretty much everything. So thanks all for joining us. Hopefully we will get some more videos up for Minecraft, and some more downplays going to be coming up as well as a new podcast that has just been added. So if you've got any questions, you're more than welcome to direct them to us at playervpodcast@gmail.com. If not, thanks all for joining. We'll see you next time. Bye.